Good morning and welcome to Morning Coffee, Business Building and Massage Marketing with Susan Bell. And we are sporting the Say Yes to New Adventures mug today because we are going to talk about doing one thing every day that scares you. That is a new adventure. And I want to make sure you understand what we're talking about when I say do something every day that scares you. Let me tell you what I'm not saying. I mean, if you don't feel like jumping out of a plane with a parachute is something you want to do, then I'm not saying go jump out of a plane because that scares you. I certainly wouldn't bungee jump. I have no intentions of bungee jumping. So I'm not talking about, ridiculous extreme stunts. What I'm talking about is in reference to your business, the things that you need to do to make your business grow. And there are things that make us terrified. We're terrified to talk about our business. We're terrified to stand in the grocery line with a lady in front of us going like this to say anything. That's the thing that scares you. That's the thing you have to do. I am famous for talking to people, and as soon as they say, "Oh, do you have a business card?" I'm not carrying my business cards because I'm a moron. So do one thing every day that scares you. If you're like, "Ooh, I could never talk to a stranger about what I do," then your goal that day is to find somebody to talk about what you do. If you're terrified to ask that client to rebook, then that's what you have to do. You have to sit there and say, so when would you like to come back? Whatever it is that scares you, that's what you have to do. So I want you to think about something that you're afraid to do and put it here in the comments section so we in this amazing group can help you overcome that fear. I guarantee you it's more in your head and not necessarily out there in public. So you need to say yes to that adventure and pick one thing every day that scares you. If balancing your checkbook scares you, then that's what you have to do. If getting out in public scares you, that's what you have to do. Anything that relates to your business that's frightening, it could be that you are in an environment where you have other therapists in the office and you're afraid to look for a new place. That's when you need to go look for a new place. If you're afraid that you're not going to be able to pay bills, then you need to set 10% aside in a savings account and not be afraid. So this is what I mean by doing something every day that scares you. When we grow, it's because we are stepping out of our comfort zone. If we continue doing what we're doing, we're going to get what we have. So if you continue to do the things you're doing right now, then that's the way life's going to play out for you day after day, year after year. And you're going to look back 5 years from now and go, "Oh, what have I done? Why didn't I do this?" Here's the other amazing thing. When you do something that you are afraid of and you accomplish it and you survive, you're like, "That was so easy. Why didn't I tackle that earlier?" So I want you to think about that. I want you to take something you're afraid of, and if you want support for it, then put it here and we'll be happy to help. And do it. And if you do it and do it successfully, then put it here too, so we can support you and praise, the moment that you had. And you might actually be able to inspire someone else who's terrified to do the exact same thing you did. So I want to see all the accomplishments, because every single accomplishment that I'm seeing in the group is from people who've stepped out of their comfort zone to make something incredible happen. And that's a really cool thing. When I left my first office, I went out of my comfort zone to set up in an office building as opposed to a gym, and I was terrified. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, now I have a set fee that I have to pay every month. How am I ever going to make this happen?" And I turned to the leasing agent and yes, I want the room. And it has been the best decision I ever made, even though I was terrified to make it. So it is still the room we use today and the rooms that you see in the videos. The best decision I ever made was the most terrifying, because I didn't know if I'd have enough clients to run that office. And I didn't know if I'd make enough money without it coming out of my personal budget to run that office. And it's been profitable ever since. So if you're afraid to find your own space, then go find your own space. Don't hang with other therapists and feel that you're in the safe zone. Safe zone is not where we play when we're business and marketing for ourselves. So I want you to do that. Do one thing every day that scares you. Post it here. I want to see what you're doing and, be really happy for you. So that's all we got today. You say yes to new adventures like I do, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.